Florian, how you doing, sir?
All good. How are you?
Mate, you kick such ass in this film. You're so awesome as Krieg.
I
I think that
appreciate
fans
that.
are going to be really delighted. So I guess the obvious first question you've heard all day is, have you played the game? Were you familiar with the game before getting this role?
Yes, I was familiar with the games. I played the games myself. So once, this landed on my table and I saw the movie title, I saw what, this movie is about. I saw the role that I was supposed to play. I was like, okay, this is the perfect role for me. I know everything about the character. I look like the character. Let's go.
All right, so let's talk about Eli Roth. Eli
Yeah.
Roth is, of course, probably the most acclaimed horror director of recent times, and now he's doing something a little bit horror, but it's all action, it's all comedy, and it's something different. So what was it like working with him, and how was he on set?
Yeah, so definitely different than the other directors I worked so far, who were, maybe a little bit more used to drama and less horror. But, when you look at the games, the tone of the games, the atmosphere, the dark humor, the brutality, the violence, I mean, Eli's the perfect guy for that. He's crazy himself in a very positive way, and his craziness allows him to see stuff that we might not see, right? And then you have to deliver kind of the same brutality that we had in the games. I think that fans want to see that. And when it comes to spilling blood, who's better than Eli Roth, right?
Good point. All right, so let's talk about this all-star, ensemble cast, right? So you're working with like some of the greats. You've got Cate Blanchett, you've got
Yes.
Kevin Hart, you've got
Yes.
Edgar, you've got Gina. I mean, this is a legit, all-star cast, and there's many scenes where you guys were all together. You know what I'm saying? So talk about working with them. Did you learn anything new? How was everybody on set? Was there a fellowship?
I mean, we bonded all right from the beginning, The first people that I met and that I worked with were Ariana and Kate, because we had fight scenes together, so we used to train and, learn the choreography together. Then we started to have dinners together. Then Kevin came in. Jamie was already there. I had a lot of good times with Edgar, just because, as you might know, I used to be a boxer. I have a boxing background. He had this great movie, Hands of Stone, where he played Roberto Duran. So that was one of my idols and one of the idols of my father growing up. So I had a lot of, I was just a fan. I was just a little kid in Disneyland seeing all the characters that I used to watch on TV. And all of a sudden, someone tells you, listen, you have the privilege to work with those people. It was really insane to me. Like every project I'm stepping in so far, I had the privilege with working so many talented people. And I keep saying this all the time, those are the best in the industry. I have the privilege and the chance to work with them, which makes me better. So there's no better thing than that.
That's a great answer, mate. So let's flip that question, because obviously, these are esteemed actors, but you're a badass boxer. You're a tremendous athlete that's, used to doing stunt work. So is there anything that you helped them? Were you able to help them do the fight scenes and run for explosions and all that stuff?
Oh, I think so. I mean, that's, how, like you said, that's my expertise. But again, fighting in real life and then fighting in front of a camera or in a movie, those are two completely different things, right? In real life, you try to actually knock someone out, to actually hit that person. You can't do that on set, right? So the tricky thing is to have the right distance, control the distance, and make your punches miss, but make it look like you're actually going for the kill and hit them. Again, I was doing this my whole life. So no matter, you can help other people or your co-workers, not only by talking to them, but also by showing them. That's the fun part when it comes to action choreographies, right? And you try to show them how they control the distance the best way, how they pull the punches, how they control the punches the best way. So I think I was the mentor on set when it came to that. And like you said, the same way around when I had questions about the acting stuff, I had the privilege to ask the best in the business, right? And that's how we kind of played the ball to each other.
All right, so Krieg, for all of his badassness, right, has such heart. He loves Tiny Tina. He loves Ariana. So talk about working with her specifically. And in real life, are you now like Ariana's protector? If anybody messes with her, do they have to face you?
Oh, 100%. I'm her big brother. 100%. Especially now, she's growing into such a beautiful woman now, and that's what a big brother does. But for sure, I mean, working with her, and again, I knew the games, right? I knew the character. So I knew that Krieg has two people in his life, and she's one of them. Tiny Tina is one of them. But the bonding felt super easy and natural. Like, it was not, sometimes you have to bond because you play in a movie, and it doesn't come natural. And sometimes it just happens naturally because personality-wise, you're just on the same level, right? You're riding the same wave. And that was exactly, with Ariana. Had so much fun with her. She is so much fun. The most gifted and talented young woman I know. And I just can't wait, for everything that she will about to do, because I truly believe she's the next big superstar.
Awesome, man. All right, so before they hook me away, Krieg is a fan favorite character. He's kind of the face of Borderlands with the mask of the psycho look and all that shit. And so my question is, A, are you signed to do more Borderlands? And also, what do you have coming up next?
Absolutely. I mean, every time you play a character, you kind of fall in love with the character, unless you have a bad experience on set, but this was not the case. I mean, I love my coworkers. I know the games, I know basically the entire story of Krieg, and I know that there's so much more to tell, background story-wise, and even further, if it comes down to what happens next. I really would like to explore his background story, doing something like a prequel and kind of showing and explaining why he is the way he is, to get a better understanding of him and his personality. So yeah, the answer is yes. And other than that, man, listen, this is always the most tricky question. What's next? Because you usually are not allowed to talk to. But as you know, probably, I've been in other franchises as well. And maybe we do something there next. That's all I can say.
Bravo. No worries, understand. Thank you for your time, sir. You were awesome in this movie. Cheers.
Appreciate you so much. Thank you.